Morning, everybody. It's the 22nd of May. We're Signal Centre Talking Ball. I'm Joe Neighbour and joined by Ian Coleman today. How you doing?
I'm very well, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. No Steve today. He's hopefully nursing a
A
strong
severe
hangover.
hangover,
Yeah,
yeah, which could last for 3 days probably
quite
over
possibly. It's a good job
over
it's a
the
bank
bank
holiday.
holiday.
Or just keep rolling it over.
Yeah, exactly.
Just deal with it on Monday, I guess.
Yeah, why not indeed?
Yes. So, interesting start to the day. Stocks are taking a bit of a bashing, and the selling there started late last night. I've noticed Sterling's taken a bit of a kick in as well this
Yeah,
morning.
it's all on the back of Beijing and Hong Kong, isn't it? They're basically trying to enforce some laws, and basically Hong Kong don't want them to, and Trump is getting involved, etc., etc. So very good sell-off in China
Yeah. So Trump,
overnight.
this is in the news. Trump has warned that US would act very strongly in the event that China detracts from the autonomy which currently allows a special relationship between Hong Kong and the US. So yeah, clearly weighing in typical Trump fashion. So let's have a look at what's
He doesn't mess about, does he?
doesn't. Let's have a look at some FX stuff, shall we?
I'm going to start off with comms actually,
Ah,
only
okay,
because
cool.
only because Steve's not here.
Yep,
So I'm just
lovely.
going to run. I'm not going to do copper. I'm just going to run through oil, silver, and gold, and just
Okay,
what I'm
lovely.
seeing. So basically, we've seen an upside, quite a decent upside in crude oil. Obviously, on the back of a progression of everyone thinking that the worst is over as far as coronavirus is concerned, etc. But the last thing that oil really wants to see is any political unrest, because that does have a tendency to take it to the downside. So what we can see here is a pretty decent 261.8% fib on crude oil, and it could be seen, as far as Elliott wave is concerned, as a fifth wave completion. So I don't think it's going to be a very aggressive reversal, but possibly reverse head and shoulders. So left shoulder, head, come down, form a right shoulder at this congestion zone. If it breaks there, potentially maybe getting down towards here, about $21. So at the moment, especially with what's going on out there, I think there could be a decent correction to the downside for crude oil. When we look at gold, and again, gold has had a decent move lower over the last few days. Pretty choppy price action, but I mean, this is quite important. This is a triangle formation. We broke this triangle to the upside. There's two measured move targets depending on where you take the flag from, but we're miles away from both of them, which is 1837 and 1950. What does have a tendency to happen is that we get a retest of the breakout levels, and that's around about 1708 at the moment, 1709. So I think buying into dips in gold is quite favourable, especially with regards to a risk reward setup. As far as silver is concerned, and again, not dissimilar to gold, really. We've got channel breakout, possible flag breakout. 1845 is the measured move. If we look to the downside, this level has been quite pivotal, and it's also pretty close to this Marabuzo level. So I think if we get dips down towards sort of 1640, 1635, then I'd favour a move to the upside as opposed to the downside. As far as currencies are concerned, dollar index, again, I mean, how long are we going to stay in this for? Quite some time yet. I think we've been in the channel or triangle formation for about 40 trading days up to now, and we are again starting to see a move to the upside with this safe haven bias. If we go just break this down to a shorter time frame, we'll keep on talking about this level here.
Bit of a reverse head and shoulders there, maybe.
On the shorter time frame,
Yeah, on
yeah,
just over to the right hand side of that
yeah,
price action.
yeah. So I
Just
think we
gap
could
up.
sort of at least get to new highs above sort of 10060. I think,
You'd
like
think
Joe
so, wouldn't
said,
you? Given that.
you would do. It's um, I just think they're going to run to the dollar and run to gold at the moment.
Yeah.
Um, as far as the euro was concerned, we had some decent data out this yesterday morning. We had the PMI manufacturing, and it came in at 39.5, which was a fair bit above expectations. So we did see an initial lift higher in euro and euro crosses, but it was later sold into. We also had US jobless claims, which came in at 2.44. I think they're expected around 2.4, so still worse than expected. But like I said, the main beneficiary has been the dollar. And if we go to these various timeframes, this is euro dollar 4-hour chart.
He was unlucky with that yesterday.
Yeah, messed around with it as well, didn't I? I use these DMARC 13 counts, and I got one on a short time frame, so I thought we might get a better entry, and we did get a better entry, but we still got stopped.
Yeah,
so
just for a couple of pips, and it just collapsed, didn't it?
Yeah, 1.1 was the 1.1. The figure was the stop, and what did we get to? Which is a bit annoying, but we got the other crosses, so I wasn't too bothered. But 110.08, and then cable, I think is. Let's look at this time frame. Again, the setup, I think, is to buy it, especially when looking at the basket, but it's sort of bounced off the 50%. Normally, if you're looking at a Gartley pattern, you'd want to get up to around here, 122.75 in that leg, to then come down to the 78.6. So I'm not sure. This is still a buy level as far as I'm concerned, but it's not very strong at the moment. Dollar Swiss, and again, sort of just missed the trigger level yesterday, and it's just moving higher in this big sort of triangle formation.
Yeah, I tried to get on that yesterday, and it just went without me. It was pretty rampant.
Yeah, I think there's good opportunities in this, but obviously, sort of going back to that sort of dollar index, we are just getting a lot of choppy price action in the majors. This was one that I favoured yesterday, which was euro sterling and euro yen. I had my stop too tight on euro yen, but this just clipping this level 38.2, and then euro yen 61.8% here, and then on this time frame we had wherever it is, I can't find it. It was a 161.8% extension that we talked about in yesterday's talking ball. So I still think now it's trying to get back on the train if it's left the station without us, basically.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for that, mate. I will
Cheers.
have a quick look at indices. Sorry. Okay, so what we got here? So FTSE, first of all. So we pretty much nailed the entry on that yesterday at 60,090,
Lovely.
which was this 78.6%. So minimal drawdown on that before we actually saw the run eventually to the target. But obviously, we closed our positions out at 9 o'clock, so it was just shy of that. But again, I'm looking to sell it again on any kind of rise, potentially a double top formed there.
Yeah.
We're having we're trying to have a breakdown through it now on the hourly. We've got 5 minutes to try and close below that. So we'll see if we can confirm that and whether or not that is going to trigger further selling in equities, or particularly in the UK market. In the DAX, we just missed the entry on that yesterday. We were selling at 11,200 and it got to 11,197 spot 8. So
Nice.
way it goes sometimes, unfortunately. But it's looks to me like it's broken out of a wedge there. At the top, or some sort of top pattern, potentially a double top again, and it looks to be in the process of further selling, I think. So I would be looking for opportunities to sell that again today. Our level for entry is 11,090 on the DAX today, so we'll wait and see if it gets there. It may not. It may just continue to sell off. People de-risking ahead of a longer weekend. Is it Europe off today? German and France.
It's Ascension Day, but it looks like they're not off.
Right, okay.
Because we've got a fair amount of figures coming out, I think. Yeah.
CAC, I'm sort of hedging my bets a little bit with this, looking for an opportunity to buy it a bit lower, just a level down there that I fancy at 4,300. So keeping an eye on that. US markets, they sold off too. This is the Nasdaq, possibly a little bit of a rounded top taking place there. Keeping an eye on how that develops. So often, though, you get caught out with these US markets thinking they're going to come down and then whoosh, they just go straight back up in a straight line, and it's immensely frustrating. But
You might build a head and shoulders there, maybe.
yeah, looking like it might do on the S&P. Possibly a triple top there that's taken place on the S&P, which are fairly rare. Break below 2,913 on a closing basis, and we may confirm that, and that then may trigger more selling. And what would that target? So we're looking for 100% of that move there. We're down to sort of 28.50 on the S&P, maybe. And I'm sure that will probably line up with a nice fib level there as well. Well, the 78.6 lines up roughly with the 161.8 extension. And yeah, bang on the 61.8. Yeah, always the way. Don't even need to look at these things. We've been looking at them as long as we have.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's where I'll be targeting the downside for the S&P.
Okay,
so continuing to looking for opportunities to sell. Okay, so let's chat gun to the head, shall we? Let's just get this spreadsheet up.
Hope you boys had the results.
Well, I didn't. I was with you. We were both selling euros yesterday, and I sold Euro CAD. They had a really nice setup on the Audi chart, but it didn't follow through. Unfortunately, there's a stop out there. On a bit of a rubbish run actually. 4R loss in the last 5 trading days. So my overall profit and loss has stalled a little bit. You were stopped out as well on Euro Yen, but Steve had a nice 2R win in gold, but because obviously we lost 1R each and he only made 2R, we didn't actually make any progress yesterday overall.
Well,
but
I don't mind flat.
No, but what is nice to see is that Steve's on a nice kick up on his P&L, making new highs. So, if he can join the party with us up there, then overall we're going to be looking pretty nice.
Lovely.
You got a trade for us today?
Yeah, I'm just going to, like I said, I think it's going to be pretty hard to get on a lot of these, so I'm just going to take dollar index to the upside, obviously, since we've got to call it from current levels. Let's get below that. So that swing high there, where are you? So if I get my stop just below there, you should be relatively safe, I believe. So going long dollar index 99.77, targeting 100.73 with a stop at 99.45 is what I'm going to look at.
Brilliant. I am going to just, I think if I go at the DAX. Okay, right. So I just talked about this a moment ago, talking about this break of this wedge here, or potential for a double top to have taken place. So looking at it from a perspective of a double top, there being the first top, there being the second, then we need to break the neckline of this pattern, which comes down here at 10,931, which we've done. Seen a little bit of a retest over the last couple of hours where we've tried on a couple of attempts to break back above that neckline. Let's just zoom that in. And so far it's been unsuccessful. So I'm going to try and sell that on the basis that I think that will hold. Going to sell that now at 10,913 with a stop at 10,972. Target, the double top measures a move down to 10,617, and we've also got a 61.8% retracement of this swing move here, which comes in around about 10,576. So let's just go with the first of those two, and target 10,620. So 5.15R if that plays out today.
Good luck.
We shall see. So day ahead, we have got an ECB meeting today at 12:30. So keep an eye on your Euro crosses if you've got anything there. Was there anything else we missed out on the news? What, Trump's done something else, hasn't he?
Has he? I didn't see that.
Donald Trump also grabbed the headlines with a declaration that the US will not close their economy a second time, irrespective of whether or not there's a second wave of coronavirus. Mental.
He doesn't mind, does he? I tell you what was mental was Southend Beach at the weekend, or whenever it was. Was it Wednesday? Wednesday. Yeah, my mum sent me some pictures.
Well, it made national news. It was a right mess down there. So many people. But there was people on the news that had been interviewed that had driven from Manchester down for the day. Like,
What?
what is going on with these people?
Jesus. Surprised they didn't close the motorways.
Yeah, well, they might have to if things like that continue to happen. I mean, it's going to be
Mm.
carnage again this weekend if we've got good weather. You got to, I don't know where people are desperate to get out, where they're going to go. You've got to try and avoid everyone, haven't you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, as we said, relatively quiet economic calendar today.
Shocking sterling figures this morning.
Yeah. So retail sales provided yet another insight into the ongoing economic suffering, with the April month-on-month reading dropping to a record low of minus 18.1%. Elsewhere, we've got say ECB minutes and Baker Hughes rig count. So it could be a bit of positioning ahead of the close today, with people looking to de-risk ahead of the weekend, maybe.
Yeah, it's US and UK, isn't it? Off on Monday.
Okay.
Memorial Day for the
Right.
US. So, nice long weekend in the sun.
Yes, let's hope we get some nice weather and some decent moves on our trades today. It would be nice to
Let's hope
finish
so.
off the week.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, lovely. Should we wrap it up there then?
Yeah, have a good one, mate.
Okay, great. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Cheers.
See you guys.